Hello Pisces, my name is Tiffany from Tiffany's Tarology, and it's so good to be here with you today. Today we are going to be using the Awakened Soul Oracle, which I haven't used in a really long time, and a new deck that I've been eyeing for a little bit called the Flower Child Tarot. I am quite the collector of tarot cards, so I always try to leave some info for you guys as far as, I guess, speaking it about what we're going to be using, because I was always that person who's like, what deck is that? So hopefully it helps. Pisces, if you are interested in a 1, 2, or 3 question tarot reading, please check my description box below for how to book with me. And thank you to everyone who has booked with me. It's been a pleasure to work with so many people lately. Pisces, yesterday I went outside and I saw that my dog's water bowl had a dead caterpillar in it. And a couple of weeks ago I found a live caterpillar in the house that my dog was guarding, and then now I found a dead one in the water bowl. What I felt when I saw this is you are about to go through a really transformative period of your life. But sometimes there's this desire to go after something or to immerse yourself too quickly, too soon, maybe getting sucked into an illusion. And unfortunately, although that water would have been good to drink, once the caterpillar got in the water bowl, it couldn't get out. And so sometimes looks can be deceiving, or situations might look one way on the outside but be completely different on the inside. And just be cautious and be wary of kind of where you're going. Your transformation is happening, but there might be situations that come up that try to pull you off course. A cleanse could be necessary, Pisces, so let's go ahead and cleanse our energy. Cleansing your energy at this time, Pisces. Big clearing coming up for you. A lot of smoke energy today. But okay, spirit guides, angels, ancestors of the highest white Christed light, I ask that you join me here today with Pisces. Let us know what it is that they need to know at this time, please, and thank you, Pisces. Let's dive in. Pisces, you have challenge, silence, mantra, magic, labyrinth, song, and on the bottom of the deck you have gift and simplicity. I do feel drawn to both cards. So I was reading the book off camera just to respect your time about the different cards that we have here on the table. And what I was able to see is there's an overarching theme that is coming up in today's reading about needing to use your voice. For many of you, your voice is a gift. You maybe can sing really well. Maybe you are somebody who is a really amazing writer, storyteller. You could also use your voice avidly at work or in the type of way that you give back to the community or your collective. You may be the type of person who also has to do a lot of public speaking, or maybe you lead a team or a group of people. There's also this nurturing side to your voice. You could be a mother. You may have people who compliment you as well on the way that you speak. Your voice is a part of the gift that you are to share with others. And if you've never really felt very confident about your voice, or maybe lately you've been feeling like your throat chakra is attacked, or there's issues around being able to speak up, Spirit is saying this is exactly what you're being challenged to do. With the challenge card here, it seems that you've come into a place in your life with either a person or a situation that has really challenged you. And you're meeting this situation right where it is, with an open mind, with willpower, with drive to accomplish your goals. But it has often been that you were the person who maybe would have backed away from a challenge or just allowed people to take advantage of you. But there is a difference in the way now that you are approaching life, a difference in the way that you are approaching opponents or difficulties in your life. You're saying, you know what? I'm up for the challenge. And there's a confidence that I see that's brewing within you, Pisces. For far too long, you may have sat silent, and people may have told you that you couldn't or that you shouldn't, that what you believed in was wrong, or they just didn't agree with the way that you wanted to live your life, or even in your gifts. Because again, your voice is a gift. What you're here to teach and speak to others about is truly life-changing. And it's actually a key to your purpose. She's holding these keys in her hands, and there's an emphasis that these keys unlock a door to the power of your kind of rebirth energy here. So you've been locked out of where you were really meant to be, or maybe you haven't seen yourself go to that, throat chakra blockage. You haven't seen yourself go to that threshold that you were really supposed to go through to be your most successful self, because there have been people who have challenged you and who wanted to keep you small. But what spirit is saying when you see these keys in this door within this forest is that you're about to walk through a new portal, a new opportunity. You're about to go to a different dimensional reality. You're kind of leveling up, transitioning. It's going to open new doors and pathways for you by using your voice and no longer allowing yourself to be silenced. But there's also twofold with that silent card. Your guides are fighting your battles right now as this candle goes out. Every candle on this table has gone out. I had to replace this one, and now this one. Interesting. There's something about someone trying to dim your light. Someone trying to remove you from a space, or in a way almost like silence you. Spirit says stay quiet. Keep your thoughts to yourself. Be like the high priestess. And just, okay, there's a challenge. The light wants to go out 3 times during this reading. We're going to just keep relighting candles, because we're not going to let anybody dim our light. I was even not really wanting to use this candle because it's not very bright. So I'll probably be changing that for the next reading. But there is something about the fire that's within you, Pisces, that they're trying to snuff out, or just your light is so bright that other people just constantly are trying to tell you that you're too loud, you're too this, you're too that, and it has kept you small. But Spirit is saying, you've learned a lot of things in your silence. Let your guides fight these battles for you. Let the wisdom and the knowledge and the power that you've come into over these last few years guide you through. And use the power of your own magic and meditation through mantra and positive affirmations to help manifest a new reality. These are the words and the things that you speak to yourself. And I think because people tried to silence you from speaking outwardly, it may have internalized and you haven't been speaking well to yourself internally. Spirit is asking that you change that. The physical dialogue that you speak aloud, and also the inner dialogue that no one else hears, is going to be pivotal to the way that your life moves forward. A mantra is a daily practice. Are you getting into routine? Are you trying to manifest a new beginning for yourself? Are you working with crystals, malas? Are you writing in a journal every single day? Are you showing gratitude? These are going to be things that help you shift your reality. Are you also tapping into your magic outwardly and inwardly? There is power in your voice. You are powerful. You are safe. You are loved. You are seen. You are smart. You are brave. These are all things I'm seeing on this mala here. You are free. You are loved. Some of you needed to hear that. But all of that is written out on those malas. The magic that is within you is coming out. And I think a lot of people are going to be very shocked and surprised by the way that you are starting to show up in your everyday world. You had been lost for so long trying to be in someone else's dream. someone else's path, doing things the same old when you knew you were cut from a different cloth. So now you're allowing your spirit guides to guide you forward, to help you move through the confusion of this challenging time in your life, through an opponent, through an outside circumstance, whatever it is in your life, you're going to get through this. Some of you have a specific song, a specific poem, a specific way in which your words are going to bring peace and clarity and affirmation to others. There is something about sharing your voice. And the challenge that this person is bringing to you, like there's kind of a lot of layers to this message. Either this person or a situation is bringing to you is, don't use your voice. They're trying to keep you quiet. The person I'm in opposition with, I'll share a little personal story with you. The other day when we were on the phone trying to figure things out in a legal situation, he actually shushed me. I hadn't been shushed in a really long time. And I laughed when I was shushed on that phone. There's something about you just simply being you that triggers others and triggers people, but you can also see this person is on a guitar. I could be channeling right now for an artist, for a singer, for some type of songwriter, some type of poet, definitely someone writing novels or stories of some sort. Even if you're like a vlogger or you do something on camera, there is a way in which that, the simplicity of your voice, the simplicity of your message, the way that you show up in your authenticity, it is triggering people who wanted to keep you small. Use your voice to help others, but also use your voice to lift yourself up. That's what's coming through. And as you're going through some kind of confusion right now, Pisces, some type of labyrinth in your life where you are kind of like needing help navigating, your voice is going to be the key to getting you there. Whether your voice becomes a way that you make money, your voice opens a pathway for you because you say no. No is a full sentence. Something I'm learning. Maybe you're going to therapy and you're finally expressing what's been holding you back and you're getting through trauma. Maybe that labyrinth is more in the mind and not in the physical world. You also just might finally be saying what you need to say to like a business partner or a lover where you're like, I got to get out of here. And that's the key to your freedom because you're no longer afraid of your power. You're like, I'm magical. I'm just going to manifest this new reality. And as long as they can keep you quiet or keep you silent, especially masculine figures we have here with the Emperor. Doesn't have to be men, but just masculine figures and structures. As long as they can keep you quiet, keep you like the sheep, you'll never really be who you were always meant to be. So current situation for Pisces, the Page of Cups. This is an artist. This is someone who has creative energy, gifts, news, something to tell the world. There is something that you are supposed to share, a gift, a creative soul expression, Pisces, that comes from within. Your voice or your respiratory tract may be under attack at this time. Might be dealing with asthma, allergies, breathing problems, pulmonary issues. Sleep apnea is coming through. It might be difficult for you to take a deep breath and just feel into your everyday world. But Spirit is saying you are going to be given the platform. You're going to be given the highway. You're going to be given the option to move forward and use your voice and share your gifts. There's something that you are meant to share with others that is of a creative endeavor that you have. What's challenging this Page of Cups energy? It's something that you've maybe been good at since you were a child. Page of Cups often depicts children. You have the Ten of Swords as your challenge. Whenever you would speak up, Pisces, especially as a child, it seems like someone was telling you to be quiet, or maybe you shared your thoughts with others and they would be like, no, that's wrong, or you're not supposed to think that way, and this is how we think, this is what our family does. This is the dynamic that we are under. Could have been a toxic partner as well. Just using masculine, feminine energy right now, but it could have been like a masculine saying to you, like, this is what you do, you will obey me. Silencing your voice, making you feel less than, making you feel like a child. So a lot of wounding over time has put a lot of daggers in your voice to where it's like you don't even feel compelled to speak, to use your magic. Pisces is the fish, right? The mermaid. And one of the things I always think about when I watch The Little Mermaid, which she is my favorite Disney princess, was when she had to sing and lose her voice. Her voice was her power, and it almost ruined everything because she could not speak up. How powerful is that when you really think about the symbology of losing your voice? But somehow she still was able to figure it out because she had magic. Strengths for Pisces. People have tried to quiet your voice for a long time. But there's a new Pisces in town with the Four of Wands here. I do feel that people are going to start to see this is a brand new Pisces. A person who celebrates themselves, a person who's liberated, who's free. I see you on a stage. I see you on some type of platform. I see some of you dancing or being actors. Could be into ballet or some type of, could have been in ballet as a younger woman. Some type of energy here where you were always meant to shine, and your strength is that no matter how much people have tried to shut you up, you will not. And you're actually starting to shine even more now than you ever did. It's going to bring you a wealth of abundance, and there could be even a partner that you meet along the way with the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. This is a gift. This is a way that you are going to literally touch the world. Is using the very thing that everyone always said was too loud or too different. Maybe the way that you thought was too rebellious. Out of pocket. Area of focus. I hear a voice that will touch the world. You have justice. All of those years, all of those times, all of those situations where you were not allowed to be you. Spirit is giving you divine justice. Things are being calibrated. There is going to be a way in which you will have sanctity and peace and ability to use your voice. But you're actually going to be speaking up on behalf of so many who are wounded. All of these swords that went in your back, they were lessons, right? You now have a lot of wisdom. You are a high priestess. I'm feeling that energy too. And this justice card comes in under your area of focus because Spirit is saying you will not only be using your voice because I'm giving you this platform, but you're going to be using this voice to bring justice, clarity, hope, healing to others. You are going to be the voice to the voiceless. You are, your voice is, I should say, the sword of truth. You're an earth angel. The Temperance card here, it's all kind of being aligned for you. You're alchemizing all that pain. Everything that you went through, all the breakdowns that you had along the way, they actually are creating the lyrics to that song. They're actually creating the story that you need to tell those people to help them with their issues. It's actually creating the safe space that you need to help people who've been through traumas. You're actually going to go to therapy and say what you need to say to free that inner child and create. Near future for Pisces. Your voice is like thunder. That's what I just heard. Near future. Queen of Swords to the Star. This is literally saying that the voice that you have, Pisces, the voice within the Queen of Swords, is literally the way you heal the star and the way that you begin to shine star power. You have a very audacious, different empowering way with words. And I also think that you're finally, I have chills. You're finally coming into your true divine feminine. I have so many chills as I say that. And you are becoming this voice of reason, but not harsh. There's no harshness there. It's all love. Even though you've been through so much, you are making a way for the next generation of leaders, especially of women leaders. That I just feel like this is a divine feminine reading. To my masculines, I hope you can fill in if it feels right. I don't know. But yeah, your voice is literally going to make waves. And you had so many people who opposed this voice. And I feel like sometimes you wondered, like, maybe I'm the problem. Maybe it's me. Maybe I just will not say anything, because every time I say something, I just cause issues. You were always meant to be that person, Pisces. You were always meant to, like, wreck the establishment. Impart knowledge. Help people heal. You were always, like, supposed to help people see there's another way. When I was working full-time as a veterinarian, there were so many days where I would, after work, be counseling my nurses. Most of us were women in the veterinary field, so it'd be like, this person's going through it with their husband. This one's dealing with issues with the company. This one is going through issues with infertility. This one is dealing with issues with her kids, you know. And I would talk and counsel them after work. During surgery, you know, we'd be in there talking, and I was always the doctor you could come and talk to. And I became a safe space for so many. And so many of you are already that person and will continue to be that person. But it's actually going to blow up. Your story is very significant. Some of you are maybe going to write like an autobiography, or you share some of your story in a song. Even if you're not the one singing it, like, again, a songwriter, you could be a songwriter. Recent past. Definitely tarot readers, though. There's definitely some of you who are going to do what I do. Recent past, you have the Eight of Cups. You, over the years, have come to realize that the people and the places and the situations that you've been a part of, that held you back, that kept you quiet, that made you live in silence, they were no longer in a resonance with who you are becoming, who you are now. You've walked away from those places and those people. You've walked into a more emboldened, a more confident, a more provocative, I know who I am type of person over the years. And it's all these illusions of who you used to be are really falling away. You have found, remember that key to your happiness and prosperity and just your freedom was your voice. You are the key. If they can keep you silent, they can keep you small. There could have been a significant person in your life who maybe had some type of dominion over you, whether it was a parent or a teacher. I'm saying a grandparent for some of you. And even if they're like long gone, the words that they spoke and how they projected onto you, they made you feel insecure. And it was all about power plays. A lot of sadness and regret over those relationships. But now you've really been working on yourself, Pisces. I see someone who's like, I'm going to be the healthiest, happiest, most abundant version of myself. And that comes from living in my authenticity. No more of this Nine of Swords, these daggers that they've been trying to send my way. And now they're showing up in my dreams. And there was a time when maybe you felt like you had to go into like solitary energy, especially because of what happened to you as a child. Your spirit team is saying you have this decision now to make to where you're going to use your voice or you're not, right? And you move forward and begin to work and build with the right people. And there is going to be so much that comes from what you share. Three of Pentacles, you're going to be working, collaborating with others, maybe on some type of team. Maybe you're building some type of collective or community. Maybe you're working with other songwriters, music producers, publishers, other people who've gone through similar traumas as you. You're finding out a way to make that nonprofit work, that collective community startup, that small business. I'm seeing all of these things. You're sharing your traumas, your pain, your truth. You're going to be on a platform. You're going to be where people can see you. Etsy could be significant. And you're going to be sharing your truth. This happened to you for a reason, Pisces. And now you will use your voice to heal. Not only yourself, but others. Okay. Advice? Ace of Cups to the King of Wands. I see entrepreneurship. I see authenticity. I see somebody really becoming very popular or something that you do becoming very popular. And also a lot of emotional fulfillment. Your spirit guides are saying, pour out your cup. Share, share, share. Share as much as you can. Entrepreneurship is significant here as well. Be bold, be brave, be daring, and don't be afraid of maybe coming off a little eccentric or different. It's given, Leo energy where you are about to be speaking up, and there's a lot of famous people who are Leos, because there's just something about stage presence that Leos can really bring into a room. You could have strong Leo placements like a Leo Mercury, a Leo Mars, Leo 10th house, Leo 6th house. You could have your sun in your 5th house. There's something about you sharing those gifts that then also brings this emotional fulfillment to your life. It's the cup you didn't have. And again, people are going to know your name, 6 of Wands. People are going to know who you are because of the words that you speak, write down, or share. Environment. I'm going to take another card because that one flew away. Or the 4 of Pentacles. So some of you are like sitting on a gold mine. That's what Spirit is showing me. Like your voice is like your baby. Your spiritual baby is all of this knowledge, all of this truth. And some of you were kind of sitting on it, wishing and praying that maybe you had a different career, a different path. Maybe some of you have been like, well, I've been trying to share this for a long time and nothing has come of it. But there's an opportunity for you now. Spirit is saying, don't sit on yourself. What had flown away was also the Queen of Pentacles. There's something really beautiful monetarily in your everyday life. Maybe something you're even doing from home because the Queen of Pentacles is really involved in her home. There is something about you sharing your voice, your words of wisdom that bring in a lot of abundance, groundedness to you. Working with children or doing things for children could be very significant. I'm thinking like my daughter loves Miss Rachel, right? Miss Rachel tried to be famous for being a singer, but it was actually when she started singing for children and she kind of took a turn to actually help her own child who was going through speech delays. She took this Page of Pentacles, this opportunity, and now she's a millionaire. She turned it into her King of Pentacles. By just tapping into her intuition, into what felt right, into her emotions, and also the moon can represent home. So you'll probably be doing something from the comfort of your home. Really walking into an Empress energy here. The Wheel of Fortune here. There is going to be a lot of fated events that lead you to where you need to be here, Pisces. All right. Oh, that was your environment. I'll see if I can find those cards again, but I picked them up. But it was the 4 of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. So hopes and fears. Hopes and fears. Now all my cards want to keep falling, but you have the Fool. Don't be afraid of taking this leap. I hear some of you saying like, I don't know how to use technology, or maybe I don't feel like I'm young enough, or there's something about who you are. That's that negative self-talk that you need to work on. Some of you feel like you don't have the resources, the time. No excuses here, Pisces. Don't be afraid of the risk. It's going to be a beautiful opportunity that comes in for you with the Fool card. And potential outcome for Pisces. Potential outcome. You have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a new trajectory I really feel like some of you are going to see in the next 3 years. I'm just seeing three, right? With the Three of Wands. It all worked out, and now you're looking out over your life and you're so thankful you shared your voice, you shared that thing. You decided for yourself that it was time for you to take your power back, which is your voice. And in the near future, you're going to be looking out over, the sunset over the horizon. And the outcome of this is going to be that you made it, that it was successful. And I see you like being in a state of like rest. This frog seems chill, ready to go the distance, ready to share more. Some of you could be like public speakers where you travel for work, and maybe, this person's waiting on their next boat, their next flight, their next car ride to the next state or city. And I think you're going to look and be like, wow, I can't believe all of the people that I've touched, all of the places I've been. And this is just the beginning. This is like the sun is rising over where you're supposed to go next. Let me get the cards out for this. But yeah, don't hold yourself back, Pisces. There's something really beautiful about your voice, about your story, about your words. And we're going to do a magical message and end out your reading, Pisces. I think the camera got cut off, so what do you have in store for them, Spirit? It says, trust that you are always evolving into who you are meant to be, more free, true, and you. And one of the things I notice immediately is her lips, her voice comes through that. The butterfly energy on her crown. So, again, trust that you are always evolving into who you're meant to be. More free, true, and you. And that starts first and foremost by reclaiming your voice, your power, your authenticity, and speaking your truth in whatever way feels comfortable for you. Some of you may go anonymous, and that's okay. Some of you may share it through art, and you're going to let the words speak for themselves through, just the people's reactions. But I'm really looking forward to hearing in the comments, though, Pisces, if you are ready to share something. But go ahead and leave a comment below if you made it this far saying, I am ready to use my voice. Or you can say, I am ready to share my story, if that is more impactful for you. But I love you, Pisces. I'm proud of you. This is a beautiful collective, I believe, of women. There may be a man who does resonate with this, but of women who are no longer afraid of who they were always meant to be, and they're stepping into their star power by using the very thing that was stolen from them, and that was their voice. So say it loud, say it proud, and be you, Pisces. Until tomorrow, love you guys. Bye.